Hey everyone, Jim Gonzalez here, EDI support. It's another Wednesday, and it is actually nice and sunny here in Pennsylvania. Hopefully it's nice and sunny where you're at, and you're getting to get used to enjoying some weather and being outside and just having fun with the family and friends. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what's the real difference between an EDI consulting and a software development company. So a lot of companies reach out and they'll ask us, hey, you guys do consulting and you do support and you do all these things. How come you don't have your own platform? Well, we don't have our own platform because the way I look at it is there's two different lanes. So being in business now for a little over 6.5 years, my focus has been really on customer service, focusing on understanding platforms, understanding the needs of clients, understanding all these different things. So we have, ECS and Delta clients. We have clients that are dealing in Boomi or Just Transform, or we have clients that are, purely consulting where they're using a third-party platform and they need help. Or we have clients that are literally just looking to build their own EDI system, or they're looking for advisory roles and they're looking for people to help. So that's what EDI Support LLC has been doing, and that's been our primary focus. And I feel as though we're pretty good in that space. Helping people, building what they want, doing all those things, and not focused on here's the platform, here's what our platform costs, here's all of those things. So when you're looking at, internal resources and where we are focused as an organization, it's being nimble, being agile, not having to focus on a certain ERP or WMS or TMS. In my mind, it's transforming data and moving data, no matter the industry, no matter what you're looking at, whether it's ANSI X12, XML, CSV files, whatever. It's moving data and getting it into a particular spot in a system or out of a system, those type of things, okay? So we've been focused on that. That's been our focal point. Again, we started out in more of a support capacity, and over the years, we've grown into support and consulting. So you add things on as they make sense. If you look at most, and I'm not saying all, but if you look at most EDI software platforms, typically the good ones are really good at building a platform, building out successful API, EDI, file transformations, all of those things. Okay? Professional services is almost like, I hate to say it, an afterthought. And people can get mad. These are my beliefs. These are what I've seen. These are these things. When you're focused on customer service, building relationships, understanding how to communicate through emails, and all of those managements that come involved with that, software development is more of a sheltered. You're head down, you're programming, you're building out, you're providing answers to a problem and not having to necessarily do full focused customer service. That's why a lot of times the customer service is an afterthought for software developers and software development companies, because they want to make the tools that then professional service organizations can utilize to help clients, or clients can utilize directly. Do they want to get into understanding where this goes into, NetSuite, and where this goes into Acumatica, and how it gets pulled out of, various TMSs, whatever? No, they don't want to get into the crux of that. They want to make a platform, give you every option in that platform, and say, here's the tool. You implement it. I don't care if you're using somebody in-house, out-of-house, wherever. It doesn't matter. Outsourcing it doesn't matter to us. So that's their streamlined focus. And when they add professional services or they add support, it's an after fact. You're talking about, again, typically individuals that are programmer mindsets are totally different and more introverted. Again, I'm not beating people up. I'm just giving you my insight. They're more introverted. They're not wanting to really be on the front lines, answering phones, doing all those things. They want to build it. They love coding. They love building it. They love providing solutions. They love doing all of that. Can you find individuals that can do both? Yes, you can. They're far and few between. Done a lot of interviews, met a lot of people, met a lot of programmers, met a lot of implementation people. They're far and few between. So organizations, I feel, that have a lane of software development, and that's what they do, and that's what they're focused on, should be headed up by individuals that's what they know. And then implementation, customer service, all of those things should be handled by organizations that's their focus. Not to say that you can't combine the both of them, but typically one outweighs the other, in my experience. Or there's companies that this is what we do. We build the software, you guys use it, you take it, you support it, you do all those things. You call us if you find a bug. I don't want to be doing frontline. How do I build out this integration? How do I do all these things inside of your products? Okay. So that's why I've steered away from doing software development, building out our own platform. I have great ideas for platforms, believe me. And I've helped companies, and we've helped companies with, hey, here's how I would do it. I would use a database in the back end. I would do whatever. But it's two different things. It's two different things to really specialize in. So like for me as the owner, I've always been an implementer. I know how customer service works from an implementation standpoint. I understand how it is to lead clients and train them and do all those things. Building product and building a platform and doing all these things takes a different mindset, different set of resources, different individuals, different people to handle that. Never said EDI support, who knows? Maybe we'll get into that, maybe we won't. It could be there, but a lot of clients always ask me, what's the difference between an EDI consulting and support entity and a software development entity? The difference is resources, business focus, all of those things. It's a mindset, okay? So if you're going to run it, it's literally like having EDI support LLC and EDI support LLC number 2. And number 2 is the software development leg of your company, and you don't mix resources. You have two mindsets that meet and talk about it, all of those things. But primarily, it's run by individuals that are highly experienced in those specialties. Okay? What are the pitfalls that most customers see? Most customers see pitfalls in the fact of, like I said, support level. If you're calling out to a company that is really a software company, typically their support is not the greatest, because that's not where they're like, support's an afterthought. Look at the companies that you deal with, look at the companies that you're interacting with, look at the software that you're using, and let me know how you feel about their support. How is their support? Think about that. Most people, 80 to 85% are going to say their support is horrible. It's a ticketing system. I can't get somebody on the phone. All of those things. Because they're not focused on customer service. Whereas an implementer, we have to be focused on customer service. That's the name of the game. There's other implementation and other consulting and other support entities that are out there that we're competing with. So if we're not living up to the hype and taking care of people, we're not going to be in business. We're not going to grow. We're going to stay stagnant. And through attrition, companies are going to walk away from us. That, to me, is the difference. That's the key differentiator, is customer service. So customers see those pitfalls. They see those ticketing systems. They see that they can't get somebody on the phone. A lot of people still like to talk to somebody, to walk through it, or a live chat and walk through it and get an answer in a reasonable amount of time. When it comes to software development, everybody knows if a bug is found, it could be weeks, months, sometimes years until that bug is fixed. And they have to accept that, or they find a different piece of software to utilize if it's a major catastrophe for them. You know, when it comes to implementation, consulting, and support, you can't wait weeks, months, years to get an answer, to get a resolution to something that can truly be fixed. Because the platform or the software allows you to do it, you just have to have the right team to configure it that way, or to come up with a solution using and leveraging that platform or that tool. So think about them that way, you know, and that's where organizations a lot of times lean on their partnerships. For us, we lean on the software developers that make the platforms, that make the tools, that have those things that we utilize or our customers are going to utilize. So those partnerships are a success because we're working the customer service aspect. We're working the implementation aspect. We're working the advisory roles to say, hey, here's what I know out in the marketplace, and here's what I see, and here's all those things that I hear about. You know, I constantly tell people, hey, do your due diligence. If you're looking into us, do your due diligence. Look at our reviews. Look at the Google. I can send you references. Go out and ask, you know, amongst our current clients and clients that we've worked with in the past. Go and go into Discord. Go into any channels that you can to do your due diligence. Same thing for software companies. Do your due diligence. Look into them. Review about them. Ask all the right questions. And if you don't know the right questions, I'll provide you the right questions to ask, whether it's a software provider in EDI, API, or integrations, or it's somebody that we're positioned against. And I never say as competitors, because I was actually in a meeting today, and it was with somebody that actually has an EDI consulting and platform. And I said, hey, listen, I don't look at anybody as competition. And I don't, because if a client wants to work with you, there are no competitors. Let that sink in. If a client wants to work with you, there are no competitors. Okay. So some people say that's being cocky. I say it's being confident. If you want to work with us, I want to work with you. We can figure it out. Now, does things have to match? Do the time zones, do what you're asking for have to match that we can truly do it? And are you willing to pay for it? Because knowledge isn't cheap. I can't just pull out 26 years and hand it to you. Just doesn't work that way. So partnerships, referrals, when you're looking at partnerships to me is not here's a lead, deal with it. Clients and companies that we partner with, we're there for the long haul until you tell us to go away. We're going to check in. If I tell you about a managed service, because again, we don't have a platform, I'm going to check in with you. I'm going to check in with them. I'm going to do all those things to make sure that you're good and well and taken care of. And if you're not, I'm going to find out why. I'm going to find out what's going on. Is it a reasonable thing that you're asking for? Or is it unreasonable? Has the price gone through the roof? Are you not getting customer service? All of those things. When it comes to a referral basically means, hey, here, pay me. Give me my 10%, give me my 15%, give me my 20%, or whatever it is. Here's a referral. They're ready to work with you. I don't care how you treat them. Just get them locked in and get me my payment. That's a referral. There's a lot of organizations out there that are used to referrals. That's why I'm going to say it. I know I've been keeping myself away from it. That's why SPS, True Commerce, they got a lot of referrals, and there's a lot of other client companies that are out there. They're not really partnerships, because if they were partnerships, they would know how you're being treated from a customer service aspect. They would understand how you're being treated from a pricing aspect. Think about that. Partnerships reflect on your brand. Referrals have nothing to do with your brand, because you're just referring it, handing it, and walking away, and could care less what happens. And some people can get offended. Some people can look at it totally different. This is my perspective. This is the way I look at it. It could be wrong, right, wrong, or indifferent. The beauty of free speech. So when you're looking at organizations, what box do they get put into? Are they a software company? Or are they consulting, implementers, advisory company? Which box do they fit into? And the box can be blended. An organization can be both. But typically, most are not good at both things. And most end up going one way or another. It's hard to be an advisor when you own part of a platform. And that's what I struggle with as a business owner, is how can I be agnostic and truly help you in my mindset if I already have a platform on the back end? You have to be upfront. You have to tell people, hey, this is what I have. Here's what I'm going on. But we do customer service. We do work with other platforms if you want to bring this and do this in-house. But if you want a managed solution and you want us to take everything on, here's what we do. You can do that. It's just a hard balance, because in my mind, you are going to start leaning one way or the other. It's just the way it works. You start getting more clients on managed service, or you start getting more clients in a consulting advisory role, implementations, all of those things. So that's your difference really between support entity, consulting, advisory, and software development. Think about that, and think about how that works in your world when it comes to EDI and API and integrations. The people in the companies that you're working with, which box do they really fall in? Which box do they handle best? That's the thoughts that I want you to run through your head. And that's the thoughts that I want you to understand when you're looking at organizations and you're thinking of them, which way they fill. I can tell you, EDI Support LLC, as of right now, fills that box of implementation, support, leveraging platforms that already exist, not software development. People can watch this video in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road, and who knows? Maybe we are in a managed service. Maybe that's what we become. I don't know. I can't tell you where my business is going to be as it grows. Nobody can. I don't care who you are. Because things happen, trends change, and sometimes money talks. Because you maybe get a client that's really big that says, hey, I would love for you to build out a software platform and support it and be our EDI department. And I'm going to pay you X. Are you going to say no? But anyways, this is what I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to talk through with you today. I'm hoping you're enjoying these videos. I'm hoping you're enjoying these insights. You know, again, like our videos, comment on the videos, check out our YouTube, check out Discord, check out LinkedIn, look at all the places and our website to garnish any information you can and you're wanting when it comes to API, EDI, and integrations. I'm here, my team's here. We're just here to help you out. Everything will be all the links will be in the body of the comments, or the description, I should say. Next week, I will not be here because I will be at Boomy World in Denver. So next Wednesday, I will not be doing a LinkedIn Live if you're watching, but I will follow up with the following week. So look for me to be back in front of you on the 15th. I hope you take care. Have a great day and a great rest of your week. And don't hesitate to reach out. Bye, everybody.